The autumn rain drummed against the windows of Villa 204. In Galmadong, Daejeon, Detective Park stared at the scene before him, his breath visible in the cold morning air of November 2, 2005. "She's been dead for days," the coroner whispered, adjusting his glasses. "Strangulation." The killer tried to cover his tracks. 26-year-old Kim Mi-yoon lay motionless, her dreams of reuniting with her child's father now nothing but echoes in the empty room. The man who had come looking for her, worried after days of silence, had found more than he bargained for. What puzzled Detective Park wasn't just the brutality of the crime, but the bizarre calling card left behind. White flour dusted every surface like fresh snow, scattered deliberately across the floor, the furniture, even the freshly washed bedsheets. He thought he was clever, Park muttered, photographing the scene. Washing the bedding, spreading flour to hide DNA evidence. But amateurs always leave traces. The killer had underestimated forensic science. Despite his theatrical attempts at a perfect crime, evidence clung to every corner of the small villa like shadows refusing to disappear. The timeline painted a haunting picture. October 29, somewhere between 2 and 3 a.m., Mi-yoon's world had ended violently. She had been living alone, working desperately to save money for a fresh start with her young child and former partner. The promise of reconciliation had driven her to this isolated villa, where hope turned to horror. The flour ordinary pancake mix became the case's signature, earning it the moniker the Galmadong Villa Flour Murder. Local newspapers sensationalized the detail, but for Detective Park, it represented something more sinister: a killer who watched too many crime shows and believed he could outsmart justice. Today, the case file sits in a different office, handled by a new generation of detectives at Daejeon Metropolitan Police. The 2015 abolition of the statute of limitations for murder cases breathed new life into the investigation. But the killer remains a ghost. Advanced DNA technology offers hope where 2005's methods failed. The flour that once seemed like the perfect evidence destroyer might now hold the key to justice. Somewhere in South Korea, a person walks free, carrying the weight of that October night, unaware that science is slowly closing the net. Detective Park, now retired, still thinks about Mi-yoon on rainy autumn days. Her case remains one of 6 long-term unsolved cases, actively pursued by Daejeon police. A reminder that some stories refuse to end until justice finds its way home. The villa in Galmadong has new residents now, but the echoes of that night linger, waiting for the day when forensic science finally speaks louder than scattered flour. Current status: as of 2024, the Galmadong Villa Flour murder remains an active cold case under investigation by Daejeon Metropolitan Police. The case is part of their ongoing efforts to solve 6 major unsolved cases using modern forensic techniques. With the abolition of the statute of limitations for murder in South Korea, investigators continue to pursue new leads and re-examine evidence with advanced DNA analysis methods not available in 2005.